Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to a speed build. So this is kind of a speed build doing a row of townhouses. The idea is to eventually rent out the other three and have a sim live in the first one, or whichever one, really. So I started off wanting to make a pink one, so you'll see that the first one turns out pink, and then I decided to kind of go in a rainbow patterns, well, sort of. So here I am trying to fit the stairs. I didn't want a super big back or front yard, but I wanted there to be enough room for something in the front or back, so I did have to scoot that back a little bit. And then I was trying to figure out kind of what style I wanted to go with for each one of these. Pink is kind of a hard one. There's not a whole lot of stuff, or there's not a whole lot of build objects that are pink, but I did end up finding a door when I raised the wall height up, which was really good. And then I found these windows that matched, and then I had to get some smaller windows for the second floor, and then we kind of faked the third floor there. And then finding window boxes. It was kind of fun to put window boxes on the house. I don't do that very often. I think I just forget they exist. So then I'm trying to find the bottom one. That's actually from the new Life or Death pack, and it's really nice. It's brick, it's flat. It's everything I ever wanted in a wall. So then we have the next one here, which is yellow. So I was trying to figure out what style I wanted. I ended up going with more of a modern style on the yellow house. So then I'm trying to decide what color to do on the next two houses. I was debating doing blue and purple or doing green and blue. I ended up doing green and blue, but now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have done blue and purple just because purple would be kind of a challenge. There's not a whole lot of stuff that's purple, but I can always go back and change it later. But the green does look kind of cute. I kind of like it. I am figuring out the door. I don't really know. I build a lot on this lot. I've done some food stalls. I've done parks, and now I'm doing a row of townhouses. So there's the blue one, turned out cute. So there's all the fronts done. And now we're going to go back to the pink one. I'm trying to figure out how to split them up. And I ended up having to move the whole thing back just a little bit because I wanted there to be a front fence, and it was too close to the edge of the lot, so I couldn't actually do a front fence. That's from the new pack too. They look like Sesame Street steps, but that's from the new pack, so that was kind of cool to find. This is what I mean by front fence. I wanted to do the front fence. And then adding some of the concrete back in, and then I'm going to add some plants. Pink was easy, yellow was easy, green was not easy. I might go back and change it because I don't think I like the way it turned out, but I can go back and change it. Yellow, easy, fun, bright, cheerful, all the things. Green, not so easy. Everything that was marked as green was actually kind of bluish green. So I ended up moving a lot of these over. But then I remembered we had hostas, so I might just add hostas along the whole green side. Plopping in some blue stuff, and there we go. Adding a little tree on the end. I wanted some more green in the green area, so I added those because it kind of looks like a formal house. So now we're going to go into the inside of the pink house. I was trying to lay it out. It's pretty small. It seemed like it was big from the outside, but it's really not. Gotta throw some lights down. And then I know we have pink counters, but I wasn't loving them, and I thought maybe it would be too much pink. I know there's no such thing. I'm sorry. but I ended up using the white ones, the new ones that came with the Life or Death pack, just because I really, really like those, and they're classic. They're just beautiful. So they're new. I wanted to use them. So I did. And then there's a lot of other pink in here, you'll see. The kitchen ended up taking up a lot more room than I imagined it would, or I thought I would. I've noticed that I need to learn how to make smaller kitchens, I think. Also, with this style of cabinets, it looks like it should be a big formal kitchen, if you ask me. So then I was trying to figure out how to lay out the rest of the house and whether I wanted to put the fireplace in the wall or not. I ended up not. And then adding some more windows in, and then trying to figure out the sofa is always a problem. I wish we had just a plain, comfy sofa with a love seat that matched. Is that really so much to ask? The poof came and saved the day because it gave me something on the other side to kind of balance it out a little bit. And then that coffee table is fun, but I couldn't find a end table to match. So I did the best I could. And then I realized these windows weren't even on the wall, but they look like they're even from the front of the house. It was kind of odd. So I did the best I could to try and make it look like it was intentional because it looks right from the outside. So I didn't want to mess with it just for the inside. I think it has to do with the shutters on the outside. And then I had to fit a dining table in. It was like a second thought. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't really love those chairs, but that's okay. So then I did add the pink. I did add the pink chevron tile because if I had had chevron tile and pink cabinets, that would have been way too much. So I think I balanced out that one side pretty well with the plant. I like the way that looks. And I'm trying to find some wall art that matches, that doesn't look too weird. That one's kind of bright, but it works. It's got a lot of pink in it. And then just trying to make that look intentional, like it's supposed to be in it, like it's supposed to be like a side table when you come in the door, not a dresser, which is what it actually is. I'm figuring out flooring here, and then rugs. I like the shape of that rug, but it was only came in purple, which isn't going to work, so I ended up using this rug. It's a very girly house, so why not get a fuzzy pink rug right inside the door? I'm sure it won't get dirty. Not at all, not at all. I needed something over there. You could put skill building items or something in that corner if you end up playing in this house. Adding some appliances and going upstairs. This was pretty easy to lay out. That window was in the way, but we just made a little bump out around it. And then I realized I didn't really add very many windows in the top floor, so I had to add some more windows. And then we turned this one room into a bathroom. Again, I didn't want to go too pink, although if you're making a pink house, I suppose I could have really leaned into it. But I went more neutral with pink cabinets, and then I ended up adding a pink floor, and then a few pink accents, I think. I could have gone with like a brighter wall color, but I like the way it matches the tub. It looks like it's supposed to be there. I love that floor. It's so pretty. Just making the landing, then moving on to the bedroom here. So I thought that area would be good for a built-in, but then I realized that the window is in the way, so I added just a wardrobe in there. And then I had to scoot that window over a little bit to give us room for the bed, because I wanted the bed to be in the center of the room. TV, and I needed a desk because there wasn't a desk in this house yet, so I stuck one in the corner there. And then it looked too sparse, so I added in some chairs and a little table with some makeup on it, and more books, and a plushie because everybody needs a plushie in their room. And then on to the last room here. This is going to be a nursery. I had some trouble figuring out the wall color. First I went around painstakingly and added this wallpaper, but then I ended up thinking it wasn't pink enough, so I went back and added a different one, which was more pink, and then just plain on the rest of the walls, and I like the way that turned out. And then figuring out a crib. This is custom content. It has a matching dresser, or changing table, I mean. And then using the new rocking chair. And trying to find a end table or like a little side table to put next to that. Put a lamp on it. And then Blarfy. You have to have a Blarfy. Then I was trying to tuck the toy box in, but leave room for that little play mat. So I did that, and then I had to get the garbage can. That doesn't come in an all pink color, but that's okay. We made it work. And then trying to figure out what to put on the wall. Took me quite a while here. I think because I'm filtered by pink, I'm missing quite a few things. But that's okay. It turned out cute. Yeah, so that is the pink house. I had to finish the chimney here. And then I had to finish the backyard too. There's not a lot of room at all, so I really made it look just like a little patio. In the front, we were able to put a little table and chairs, which was cute, and then a little birdhouse too. I like the way that looks under the tree, even though the tree will disappear when you're playing in it, but it's cute anyway. Looks like a very cozy pink yard, and it's kind of like hidden under that tree too, so I think they would feel like they weren't being watched even though they're in the front yard, you know? And then the backyard, again, I just made it kind of a patio with concrete because there wasn't a lot of room back here, and I figured if they wanted to grill or whatever skill building activities, they could do it back there. And I wasn't going to have an entryway. I was just going to block it off, but then I figured if you wanted to go to the splash pad, it would be a long way around. So we made it out the back. So again, here's the downstairs, here's the upstairs, and that is our pink house. I ended up changing the roofs here, the roofs. And there you go. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.